There are a ton of important lessons that you need to learn if you want to rank up in Rocket League, and in today's replay analysis, we'll be talking about quite a few that are absolutely critical to reach the high levels of this game. So let's play it and see kind of what goes along. One thing I will say right out the gate that's a little awkward, I know we had a bit of a miscommunication at the beginning there of who was cheating and who was going back, right? Because I saw the, like, wiggle on the start when you didn't know where you were going.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, once you're kind of in this position where it's pretty clear that this is more than likely going to be yours, because you know you're going to have probably a teammate coming across this way, you can probably just go for this, just as long as you avoid the mid area where you know you're gonna have somebody coming, but just confidence in being willing to push up further for this, because this is a totally free ball if you just go fast. In this position, you're not really doing much of anything, because you're not pressuring the ball, and you're also not back far enough where you can actually make a play on anything, so you're kind of stuck in complete no man's land. So oftentimes, it's better to just go and make that decision quickly than get this, like, hesitation here, where it's just like, I don't know what's happening. This is fine. I like your approach on this to get back in this guy's face. I don't think there's any reason to jump here, because you're already doing the job that you need to. In this position, what you really want to do is force him to do something. And the best way to do that is keep all your wheels on the ground, just drive at him, make him do something with the ball, and then you can just drive away and allow whoever's next up in rotation to come in. The second you, like, jump at something and, like, throw yourself into a wall, number one, you use your flip here, which means that you're nose planting into the wall, which makes your recovery even slower. But also, you're not really doing much to be able to even win the ball if you do, in fact, get a touch, because it's not really going to go anywhere from this area. So, this is a great opportunity for a drive challenge. Drive at him, make him get rid of the ball, drive away. So yeah, general rules of thumb that I think are really good, like, lessons overall, is keep your wheels on the ground as long as you possibly can. You never want to commit for something until you absolutely have to, because the second you take your wheels off the ground, you've 100% committed to what you're doing, and it's going to take you a couple of seconds to recover from that, so you better be sure, if you're going to do it, that it's the thing you actually want to do. And then secondly, is just, even if it's the wrong decision, make your decisions as quickly as possible. Be careful here. There's absolutely no reason to jump. I like where you're positioned here. Looking at the position of the defense, there's one clear coming across this way, and no one else is in a position to follow it up. So all you gotta worry about is where the ball is gonna be coming across. So actually being positioned kind of around the midfield line right here is really good, because that way, if the ball bounces into the corner and comes out, you can cover that. If it bounces into the sidewall and bounces back out, you can cover that. You're in a really good spot with where you are. And again, this is where we're going to see the fact that you don't want to take your wheels off the ground, because what exactly are we jumping for here? There's no opportunity, and there's no world where we get to this ball before they do. So it's much better just chill on the ground, wait to see where they hit it, and then play off of that. This is good. And this is where we're going to talk about the speed of rotations again. So I like this. You recognize that you don't need that corner boost because you're going to leave it for car keys. That's good. We're going back. And at this point, we recognize, okay, we're going to go all the way over to the corner. I would probably keep ball cam on a little bit more here. Once I make this decision to go to the corner, like, I know where that corner boost is. Once I know I'm going for that, I don't need to look at it to be able to make sure I'm lined up for it. I know where I'm going to get that corner boost. I'd like to see you toggle that ball cam back on, so we can keep an eye on what's happening in this situation, so we know how much time we have. Because what's going to end up happening here, and it's very slight, is that we're going to, like, go pretty quickly over to this boost, and now at the time we turn back around, we're going to get in net, and then we're going to slam on our brakes. Because there's nothing really for us to do until the ball comes back to us. And even worse in this instance, you go all the way over and you pick up this full boost, and then watch what you do with it. Like, you're boosting back, you've burned 25 already, and now you're going to use a bit more, so you've burned 35 boost to go from the corner to the net, and there was absolutely no reason for you to be there. So what I'd like to see, and one of the big things that I preach is just taking time here. Like, if we had eyes on ball, we'd know there was no threat. We could leisurely drive out and take our time, and we're picking up the corner boost, that's fine. We see the clear out, okay, there's still no threat, that's fine, we're still driving back. And now at this point, if car keys doesn't cut and this is a free touch on net, you still have momentum being carried across that you can use to attack the ball, instead of being dead stopped in the middle of the net where it's really hard for you to react to what happens because you've kind of narrowed your options in terms of what you can do from this position. This is fine. This is just panicking. I think, again, we kind of rotate back a little too fast. Which is, again, a little bit concerning because we see this awkward situation and it's like, oh, this could be dangerous, so let's go back as fast as we can, and in reality, it's really not that threatening. But now we get back to the net again, and now we're stopped dead still. In this moment, when this ball comes off the wall, this is where it's really important to know where the other players on the field are. So, one of the big things about playing at a higher level is watching opponents way more than the ball. Because the ball is going to do what the ball is going to do. The only thing that changes the ball's trajectory is the other players. So those are the people that we care about. And in this instance here, if we would take a peek at the ball, we can see, okay, this is bouncing off the backboard and then coming out. There's no immediate threat on net. And I already know that car keys is also behind us here. So I'm not really concerned even if this ball does get past me because I have a teammate still there to follow it up. But looking at the position of the other players, this dude's just made this challenge on the wall. So there is no shot that he lands and gets back to make a play on this ball as it bounces off the backboard. Not a chance. This dude is flipping out of the net. He just came out behind us. So not really concerned about him hard turning on this play and getting any kind of powerful touch on the ball. And this guy's all the way out of the midfield line. So I see this. I know that I have a second or two with this ball where I can just let it bounce, not panic jump at this because it's not dangerous at all. And then once it bounces, I can then possibly look upfield for this passing option. Or I can at least hit it to a spot where it gets cleared, which is over to this open space here. But that's all based on knowing where the opponents are. If you're concerned about someone rushing this, then yeah, we'd be diving at it. But look, like no one's here. This ball bounces for free twice before someone actually touches it. And again, right here, be careful of how we're tapping boost as well. You're low boost in this situation, and you're gonna continuously be like tapping it, because like you can just chill, but you're gonna use some boost here, and then you're gonna pick up a pad, and you're gonna use some more of it, and then you're gonna pick up a pad, and you're gonna use some more of it. So you're burning all of the boost, and you could just drive forward. You'd be totally fine to preserve all that boost and just drive. And then another big thing that we want to talk about is you want to be careful about when you use these flips. Because you're flipping in this direction, and we don't exactly know what's going on here yet. It seems pretty likely that the ball is going to come this way, but we don't want to be caught in this flip animation when we want to be able to make a play on the ball. So again, just talking about keeping all four wheels on the ground. If we had preserved our boost and all of our wheels were on the ground, then if this ball pops out, we can attack it really quickly at the moment we need to, instead of being caught in this flip when the ball comes across, because now we're out of position and we can't do anything about it except get an awkward challenge. Somehow it still almost works out. And I would also like to see you commit for this a little bit earlier. You are turning... Currently, we can see the ball's going this way, and we're turning facing this way. So the complete opposite direction from where the play is going. And this comes down to understanding where the other players are on the field again. And we just take a look at this. So, okay, we see I'm hitting the ball, so we know, okay, it's going to the right. That's fine. As we're looking at this situation right here, it is very obvious where this ball is going, right? I can't get back to this ball, so there's no way it continues to go over to the right. Mink's not hitting the ball. Dre's not hitting the ball. Car Keys is on his way out. The only person that can impact the ball is Whitehawk. and more than likely he's playing it back around the wall this way, or straight up. One of the two. So we don't really want to be shading in a direction that the ball's not going to go, because it's just going to put us further out of position. So right in this instance, we can see where the ball's probably going to go, so I'd like to see us start to shade in that direction, because then we can just quickly pounce on the ball when it becomes loose, instead of having to play this weird waiting game in the midfield where now we're completely facing the wrong way. Okay, now we're going to start to turn around. Okay, now we can attack the ball. And now we're coming at it at a really inopportune angle, because we're very flat to it. So be careful of that. And then in this instance, when you're challenging these balls, I would avoid using your flip. Just jump at this, because by just jumping, it makes it way easier to air roll and land on the wall with all 4 wheels, instead of flipping into the wall and like face planting in a weird way, which makes things really awkward, which is kind of what's going to happen here, because you use your flip and now your back's to the wall again, and you're kind of floundering along it to recover. Be careful of chasing the ball around as well. It's okay to just stay positioned, like, relatively in the midfield. You don't have to hard commit in whatever direction the ball goes. Because what we're going to see here is the ball comes over this way, and you pretty much full send it over this way. And then I hit the ball back this way, and then you full send it towards the middle of the field, and then the ball goes over your head. So it's okay to be patient in this midfield here, where you are in a spot to attack the ball, especially when you recognize that you have teammates in position. Because we're going to full send it over to the right, and then the ball is going to come across, and we're going to full send it forward, and now the ball's behind us. And now we're in an awkward spot. If you had just stayed back, you would have been in a much better, much more comfortable position to play with this, instead of having to be retreating in this situation. Nice, good touch. Probably a little bit more power than you would have wanted. This is another one where I think we can take a bit more time with it, and we don't need to absolutely dive at it, because there's really no threat on this ball. We got back. This ball, I can already tell from here, it's not on target. I have 41 boost in this situation. I don't need to burn it, because what on earth is White Hawk doing here exactly? He's not touching this ball. And if he does, props to him. Well played. But I don't believe this. And this guy's out of the play, this guy's out of the play. So I'm just gonna, like, chill, keep my boost, and just drive in this direction. Because that way, if I recognize that he is gonna hit it, I can still be in a spot to defend it. But if he's not gonna hit it, then I can just pick up control. And immediately we can tell he's not gonna hit this. So we can just take our time here and let the ball do its thing, and then make a play off of that. Be careful again here of just trying to go too fast. This ball is not in a threatening spot. We don't need to really do much here. We just want to be in this guy's face so he can't do exactly what he wants. But we really want to be careful that we don't help him put this ball in a dangerous spot. Because the only thing that we can do here that would hurt us is bang this thing directly into the ceiling and have it drop down in front of our net. And that's pretty much what you do. So, yeah, just playing patient on that backboard. Like, we see the ball on our backboard, and the natural inclination is we want to hit this ball and get it away. But oftentimes, if we have someone bearing down on us, the better play is just force them to go through us to make a play, rather than try to do too much ourselves. So I think overall, what I'd kind of say is make sure we're not burning boost for no reason. Work on widening rotations and making sure we're arriving in places we want to be when we actually want to be there, not too soon, both on offense and defense. And then really focus on paying attention to the other players on the field. Because the more you can understand about what they can do, what position they're in, it will allow you to determine what you need to be afraid of. I do hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below, so you make sure you don't miss any future Rocket League content. Additionally, if you'd like to be more involved in this community, please consider joining my Discord, link down in the description. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.